So Mr. Gutsati's initiative is already saying something, we are against this court, we are against this sort of justice. So the point is not to interfere in judgment, but to delegitimize the court. And why? Because if the judgment is a conviction, they can use all this argument to say, we do not agree with this conviction, with this verdict that found them guilty, because we never believed in this court to be impartial institution. And you know what is this double-edged sword of this? Kosovo Albanians who signed this, 200,000 Albanians that signed it, and not just this report, but many people outside of Kosovo had huge question marks about how this court functions. But if these 4 defendants are acquitted, then Serb side can say they're acquitted because Albanians themselves said that this court is not just court. So they acquitted them because of the pressure judges felt from outside world. So you see how tricky it could be. And we call it in the academic world, we call it expressive justice or expressive dissonance. But if they do not come up with a verdict, and I will be surprised if they could, because you have to understand that all these judges might have different opinions about every or many or some issues and how to look into it, how to weigh evidence. So it will be an interesting debate among them also. So they have to agree on every single word they put in the judgment. So it's not necessarily impossible to do it within 3 months after the judgment, but probably it is going to take longer period of time. So again, I can tell you the following about this practice. Sometimes they are ready quite early on what they agree upon, and they could be able to produce a shorter judgment, which is then also shared, could be shared and with the media public, and they also can say what the verdict is. Having said this, I'm going to say something extremely important now for you and your audience in Kosovo, because you are in a sort of state of nervous expectations what the verdict would be, because no one knows which way it goes. It could be acquittal for all 4 of them. It could be conviction for all 4 of them. And a third scenario is that some will be acquitted and some will be convicted. So these are 3 scenarios. No one can predict what the verdict would be. So first scenario that everyone in Kosovo expects with nervousness, but hope and optimism, is that all 4 of them will be acquitted. Second scenario is the worst case scenario, that all 4 of them will be convicted of some of the charges from the indictment. And third scenario is probably most likely, but not because I have any inside information, I can predict what judges and how judges are going to work, but because it is a logical scenario that some of them will be acquitted and some of them will be convicted. So I think, if you ask me, this is statistically highest probability.